When there's an injustice against you or someone you love or someone you believe in, stand up. Don't sit down on them. They need you.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet's Pop Culture Justice. I am Andy Signore. I'm here with It's Kim, and I am just still trying to get over this crazy tragedy that's happening in California. It's kind of hard to focus on any other news today as we're watching hellfire in California. It's been getting crazier and crazier, and then last night there was just terrifying. This is insane.
It's insane. I don't have the words to describe what this is, and I've been trying to find them, and I don't think they exist. It's like watching the apocalypse happen in real time, and it is incredibly frustrating when we have been seeing an increase in these natural disasters. We have been seeing an increase in fires. Why the decision was made for there to be less focus put on this issue, I don't understand.
The wildfires are no joke, and they're often. What's up, Lewis? Lewis is here as well. Hey, Lewis.
How you doing?
Good afternoon, everyone.
You're safe, right?
I mean, I don't even care about myself, man. I hate to say it that way, but what I'm seeing on the news is I'm safer.
It's your home, dude.
I'm safer.
Look at this.
I'm safer than them. And this is not rich people. This is not all actors. This is Pasadena. This is Altadena. This is Hollywood. These are animals. To see a grown man crying because his cat was rescued by a firefighter that didn't even have. The firefighters are fighting. They're fighting the wildfire with spit because there's no water. They're going in there dry. Everyone's in danger. Like where I'm at is a danger, and I'm worried about my family and my animals, yes, and my friends, but I'm not worried about myself. As far as sinuses and stuff, that's part of the game. The air quality is awful. I don't know.
I want to, because we try not to do politics on the show, but it's hard to not get a little bit into it on this topic. And I want to start here with this clip that's been going viral, and we'll get your thoughts as well. But just so we're all clear on the notice we had about this.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons that freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind, and fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do.
Well, and it's even worse than that, right, Lewis? Because it's not only did we know this could happen. I mean, as someone who lived in California for a while too, like this is common. We've seen wildfires in California, but never like this. But the addition of they didn't clear the brush, but they removed funding from the firefighters. The fact that they didn't keep up the reservoirs of water, which you guys have had record rainfall of the past couple of years, and none of it was collected. What the hell are your taxpayer dollars going towards, Lewis? I mean, this is a problem.
You're absolutely correct. How much time do we spend, at work paying for those taxes so we could be taken care of? And to see people in vehicles driving through neighborhoods that are on fire and there's like not a soul around, like there's no one, there's just red. As like, there's not one cop, which the funding was $125 increased, $125 million increase in the funding. And like you said, it was $17.6 million taken from the fire department's funding, and the mayor wanted to do more. She wanted to do about 25 million. So I mean, it's all perception. I don't know if that would have made a difference, but it looks real bad, especially when they're the governor and whatever you think of them He's claiming that fire season's all year round. Meanwhile, his buddy, the mayor, is cutting funding for fire. How does that even make sense? You know, but I mean, we got to all unite. Like you said on my channel the other day, we all got to be united to help each other, our family, our friends, and everyone. But we also got to unite to bash these people that failed us. That's how we're united as well. We have plenty of time to call them out now.
Well, let's talk about some of the people. And this is Mayor Karen Bass, which I'm going to rag on her. Here, have you seen this clip?
Build
Louis?
stronger than ever. Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL. Los Angeles, together is how we will get through this. Through the heroism of our firefighters.
And by visiting URL, Louis, make sure to pick up URL. How do you not prepare your speech? All eyes are on you, right? Because you've been in Ghana doing a world tour to get yourself recognition. When that let's call it a spade. These politicians want more about their own brand than actually the cities they're supposed to take care of. And that's clearly what's happening here. She was out there doing a world tour to celebrate or whatever the stupid thing is.
Presidential election.
Right, in Ghana, and then wasn't there as the city's on fire, and then comes home quick, as fast, but whatever, shouldn't have been there in the first place, as people were knowing. Gavin Newsom has now admitted that they knew this was coming. He'd been trying to get fire trucks and stuff to get there. I mean, this isn't a red or a blue issue in my mind. This is complete ineptitude. This is criminal in my mind. What these politicians knew, where the money went, why wasn't this stopped? Why weren't they clearing the brush? I mean, why weren't they collecting the water? It's mind blowing. And to see now the damage, which we're going to go through some of the footage and stuff as well. This is now, I guess this is more current. We're looking at from ABC News, but, Louis, I mean, this is it unfair to say this is criminal, what these politicians have done?
I don't know if there's a law they broke, but I almost guarantee you this, citizens of California will gladly reelect these people again. That's all. I'm going to leave it right there, because then it becomes, like I've stated here too on this channel several times, there shouldn't be political parties. People should just run on ideas, because then it becomes your team versus theirs. And there's no way you could agree with one side of the political team 100%. There's got to be disagreements. Right here is how they handle the fires, how they handle the taxpayers. Our governor is like the picture perfect politician, like all around, but whatever. I mean, we don't want to get into the politics. I know you don't do that here, but the city's burning and it looks like a war zone. It looks like a zombie apocalypse. And I got out of bed. You texted me, invited me. Thank you. Thank you guys. You guys have been doing an amazing job, you and Kim. And I got up and I looked at I watched the news for a little bit, and I don't even know if this is true, but I'm hearing that Pasadena has been ordered to evacuate.
Oh,
that's on the other side. That's way far away from where everything else is going on, way away from the Hollywood fire. Pasadena is evacuating. I heard that. The winds are coming back tonight. Let that sink in.
That's what's so scary. Like, this isn't stopping. Yeah. And I don't want to cause conspiracy. I don't want to create more further conspiracy theories and cause panic, but it's starting to be all over the internet, Louis. And we were, even as I was chiming in on yours. Are we under attack? Now, look at this. Arsonist caught on camera setting fires in Santa Monica.
And people are lighting fires now. You can see they lit a fire. These guys, not all the people there, but some of those guys lit that fire. And they're actually, the trees caught fire, and then the palms are catching fire. So civilians are now lighting fires down in the so-called, flats around Santa Monica, Venice. So be safe out there. Fire department's been dispatched. We don't have enough water to put this thing out, but we're supposedly on the way.
Someone's like, Andy, stop. Stop what? Did you not just see that with your own eyes? Like, Louis, how scary is this? And is this, like, that's what's, not only are we actually feeling the winds, right, which are legit. I believe it. There's definitely a fire happening, spread by the winds. The planes can't even get in to stop it. But now that it's all happening, it does feel like there may be people out there attempting to make it even bigger, let California burn, whatever reason. F the celebrities, F the politicians. There are so many theories and things going on right now that it's mind-blowing and terrifying to think that California may actually be under attack. What is your feeling?
Dude, when you text me saying that Hollywood Hills are on fire, I was like, nah, come on. Cause I was on the air, right? And when I saw that, I really panicked, man. I really panicked. There's arson. I'm not a psychologist, but people get off. There's people that get off seeing fire. And that's just another reality of it. Again, the mayor, Karen Bass, increased the funding of the police $125 million last year and decreased the funding for the fire department. Where are the cops right here? Where are the cops right here? I don't even see cops. What are they doing? They're supposed to be caught. Why is this guy filming it? Is this guy supposed to go in there and stop the fire and then get ended?
Well, you bring up where's the cops? Buffy the Vampire Slayer herself is now blasting the mayor and everybody, as it's not even just about the fire. I mean, it's the fires, but they're like, you got to evacuate. And she's like freaking out, like, evacuate where? City of LA wants you to evacuate, yet you have complete gridlock and not one traffic cop on the roads helping, she wrote on Instagram stories. Like, this is crazy. Here's the story from Sarah Michelle Gellar. Now she's getting political. Like, what the hell, Karen Bass? Like, look, the pressure on this is undeniable. Like, when rich people get mad, things tend to happen more quickly. I sadly, whether that's good or bad, it's bad in my opinion. But I'm just saying this isn't going to go away. Kim, I mean, as you're seeing this too, like, what do you think? Is it unreasonable of us to think that there's some sort of potential group or people that are almost wanting this to happen?
I mean, I think I am always somebody that until I see the actual proof, I don't want to make too many assumptions, simply because I don't want to assume that anyone would want this for other people. Now, that being said, I'm not going to lie and say that some of the stuff, some of the stuff I've seen is suspicious. But I also feel like right now, in some ways, we need to be focusing on how to fix the problem, not necessarily how the problem started. That will come and that needs to be dealt with. And I'm not saying that people should get away with anything and that people shouldn't be held accountable, because they absolutely should. But I feel like our number one priority right now needs to be to get this under control. And I think I will say loudly at this point, if California's government does not have the resources to deal with this, which clearly it seems they didn't do enough to prepare for something like this, and we're not seeing enough being done, I would encourage people to do what I've seen Quebec and BC do in Canada. They have already sent people to help, helicopters, planes, etc. They were not asked; they just did, because they weren't asked by the government. I have that in a source in the
Thank you.
in the doc. We just went, and that's what you do. We help each other. BC had fires last year that were absolutely horrific, and the smoke from that ended up passing over Ontario, where I am. I saw it. That's a long way, and it takes and I mean nothing compared to the scale of what you guys are dealing with. So I do hope that we see people come together and try to deal with this as much as we can and save as much as we can, because that's where we need to go right now. Instead of fighting each other, let's fight this. Let's fight that. We have a common enemy here, this fire, right? That's how I
think
feel.
we have two enemies, the fire and the people who allowed this fire to happen without having proper protocols set up. I mean, to be fair, I think it's, as people are losing their homes, it's hard to not, it's been a couple days now and it's still going and we still aren't solving it. Yes, we need to stop the problem first and foremost. I agree wholeheartedly, and everybody should get up and help if they can. Countries, whatever. It sounds like more and more finally are, thank goodness. But as Lewis said, the wind's going to go back again tonight. Where they're out of water. Like, how the fuck did they get out of water?
We're next to the beach.
This is like insane that they're out of water. Like, what do you mean we're out of water? How did you not prepare for this? There's a part of me that I can't help but now start piling on to the, excuse me, mayor and governor? Like, now, I get it. This isn't an easy thing to fix. And there is wildfires are uncontainable at a certain point. Like, it's not like Karen Bass could have flew in from Ghana and solved it if she was there. Like, that's not what it's about. But optically and just, hello, why are you going off to Ghana? What wasn't more important there than trying to be on boots on the ground to ensure, like, wait a second, there's a lot of winds coming. This is really dangerous. We have not fixed our fire problem. That's what a mayor and governor should be about. But our politicians don't give a shit about us anymore, is what I think genuinely is the issue. Lewis, go ahead. You're shaking your head.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I agree with Kim. But I also want to say that if there is a perception out there that we're fighting among each other, it's not as bad as you think. We are actually united. I see a sense of unity, but we're united against the, people getting hurt. We're united against the fire. We appreciate Canadians coming in. First time I hear it. We appreciate proactive approach to it, like Canadians and people coming in with their shovels or whatever, a bucket of water. But we're also united against the people who fumbled this.